Hey, everybody. Welcome to Silver to Gold Mastermind. I'm Michelle Stuchel, and welcome to week 2. We're going to jump in, and I'm going to share my screen. All righty. Present. Okay, we are digging in right away. Number 1, let's review. What is the most important part of your business? It is your belief, because only 20% of this business is skill set. 80% is belief. 80% of this business is belief. The ones with the highest belief have the most successful businesses. And conversely, those with the most successful businesses have the highest belief. And what are the areas that you need belief in? Number 1, the products. Life-changing products that every man, woman, and child needs. Number 2, belief in network marketing. That was my biggest hang up. And number 3, belief in yourself that you can do this. We have leaders in our company, every Enneagram number, every personality style, every shape, every size, every age. You can do this. And here's the thing, you can and should be building your belief every single day, okay? And here's one way that you can do that. When you sit down to do your work, after you pray and ask the Lord's blessing, say your decree, you're going to read a testimony about how our products are changing lives and how our opportunity is changing lives. That will take you no more than 5 minutes or 10 minutes. But what that's going to do is a couple things. Number 1, excite you and build your belief. See what these products and the opportunity are doing in people's lives. Number 2, you're building a mental Rolodex of stories so that when that person comes to you and says, I have student debt, can this help me? Or I have fibromyalgia, can this help me? You will remember these stories, okay? So every single day, build your belief. Okay. And here's the thing. Oh, did I go too far? No. Okay. You can absolutely trust the process of what we are telling you to do because it works. We have one of the fastest growing teams in the company, and it proven systems to make your business grow. And what is the essence of this business? Number 1, talking to new people about Plexus. Number 2, following up with people about Plexus. And number 3, teaching others to do the same. Okay. Now today we're going to talk about following up. Last week we talked about getting the conversation going. Now, let me ask you this. Did you join Plexus the first time your sponsor reached out to you? I didn't. I put her off. I ignored her. I said I would talk to my husband and never talk to my husband. I mean, this went on for like 3 or 4 months. I had someone join me last month that I've been following up with for 5 years. Okay. So here's the deal. If you are taking the right actions, you can trust the process, and the fortune is always in the follow-up. And why do we follow up? Number 1, because of our belief. What we have to offer is a gift to people. We offer 2 kinds of services and solutions to people's gut health products and a financial opportunity. We have solutions to some of people's biggest needs. So we follow up with them. And we know that what we are doing, we can follow up because we are functioning from a place of service. Your job description is to love and serve people well. And when you are keeping them at the center of your focus, why you're reaching out, that's going to change everything, because you know that these products can change their life. You know that this opportunity can change their lives, right? So it fuels me to continue to reach out to people and follow up with them. And then I also understand what's normal. It is normal for it to take 8 to 12 exposures before people make a purchasing decision. So I understand if I've only reached out to somebody 4 times, I haven't even hit 8 yet. And here's the thing, if you're not willing to engage in the process and go the distance of 8 to 12 exposures, you may as well not start, because all you're doing is loosening the jar for somebody else to get the fruit. Do you see what I'm saying? Have you ever tried to get a jar off? You try, can't get it. And then you hand it to your husband and pop, it comes right off because you loosened the jar. It is normal for it to take 8 to 12 exposures, friends. So you can engage in the process knowing that you are taking care of that seed, watering it, giving it sunshine, cultivating the ground, because the harvest will come. Okay. This is probably the biggest question I get. How can I follow up with people and not be pushy? Well, here's the thing. You can be professional and persistent without being pushy. And that's exactly what Brittany did with me. She was not pushy at all, but she was incredibly professional. And I'm so glad she was, because if she hadn't been persistent and professional, I would still be sick and tired. I would be in awful health. We would be a one income family. Our lives would be drastically different. Let me just put it that way. Okay. So you can do that because of your belief. You know that this is going to help them. You care about them. They are at the center of this, not you. And number three, we understand there is timing and a process. Your timetable for them to join may not be their timetable for them to join. It's about their timing. And when they know what you know, trust me, they're going to join. Here's the thing. Everybody is going to try and join Plexus at some point or another. Every man, woman, and child will. We are going to be a household name, just like Mary Kay is a household name. Everybody will be a rep or know a rep. And so if you are the one to be faithful in the follow-up process, they will join you. And if you're not, they're going to join somebody else. Trust me, because that's happened to me. Okay. So let's talk about, I get this question a lot too. How do I follow up? How much? When? All the things. Okay, so let's just assume that you've sent a Plexus reach out message, refer to last week, okay? And you haven't heard back from them. Well, 2 days later, I check back in. Hey, connect with them, look at their wall, comment on their stories that, congratulations, your son on their ball game looked really great. I know life is crazy busy for everybody. Sometimes I think that I would lose my head if it wasn't attached. Give them an out. Everybody is busy. Here's the thing. We get so upset when people don't respond to us, and we think that they're looking at our message and thinking about Plexus all day. They're not. Chances are they looked at your message while they were in the grocery line or at a red light, and they just forgot to get back to you, okay? So you say, I know life is crazy busy. I'm curious if you had a time to check out my message and what your thoughts are, okay? Now, if they don't respond to that, push them out for a week and then make that message a personal message. Comment on a couple other posts, comment in their stories. How's it going? How was that meeting that you had? Do you guys have any fun plans for the summer? Just talk to them, okay? Then put them out. If they still haven't responded, 2 weeks later, a different Plexus message. Maybe you're going to invite them to an online event. Maybe you send them a testimony. Maybe you say, hey, I'm curious. Would you give me some feedback if I sent you this video? Because everybody, gut health is the rage, and I would love to know your thoughts. Okay. Then if they still don't respond, a month later, you can send them a different Plexus message. Okay. Another month later, a personal message. And again, comment on their stories, go to their wall, and then 2 months later, a Plexus message. Remember, all along, engaging in their stories and in their posts. And then if they don't answer after that 2 months, put them on an every 3-month rotation, okay? This is a great way. You're mixing up your personal messages and your Plexus messages, so it's not Plexus puking all over them, and you're giving them a timetable. And right here, you've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 exposures. Okay, do you see? You haven't even gotten to the 8th one yet, and that's okay. This is assuming they don't respond. If they do respond, obviously answer them right away. Okay, if they respond to you, you should be answering them back within 24 hours to keep the conversation going. And when they ask for information, when they say they're open to checking out your video, you ask them, when should you check back with them? Because you're always going to be functioning from appointment to appointment that they set, not you set. So here's the way that would work. You would say, that's awesome. Here's a short video or a testimony. When should I check back with you? Or how soon do you think you can watch that video and I'll check back with you? Do you see? Let them set the timetable and then you write it on your planner. Monday, you're supposed to check back with them. Always set an appointment and work from appointment to appointment, okay? All righty. Now, there are many different ways to follow up with people. I've got a whole document of different ways to follow up. You can invite to an event, you can send a testimony, you can ask them to watch a video or a tool. There's lots of different ways to follow up, okay? And we've got sample messages that I'll put in the chat, and we've got a PDF with all different kinds. The Candida graphic, do you struggle with any of these? We will put them in the chat, and it's also in our team page. But we're going to talk about events, because events are one of the most powerful ways that you can follow up with somebody. Eric Worre said the difference between you and $1 million is getting 20 people into a room and having a presentation. Events are incredible. When I first started, Brittany and Fallon came to my house. I had 12 women in the room. 7 signed up that night. 7, okay? And there's many different kinds of events, okay? Number one, you can have a messenger or a Facebook group. These are online events. They're 15-minute events where they're looking at testimonies, some short video clips, and they're reading posts. Everything is set up for you by your sponsor. You invite people to either the messenger chat or the Facebook group, and they're presented with information, and then you invite them to make their order if they're ready. Okay, I'll show you examples of that in a second. Okay, number 2, an in-person event. That's what I did. Brittany and Fallon came to my house and I invited people over. They got to sample the products, they shared their stories, and we hung out, had a fun girls' night. In-person events are incredibly effective. And the last kind of event is an online video event. We typically have them twice a month in our Y Plexus group. Sometimes we have a Zoom link. Deirdre just did an event about weight loss. Sometimes we have specific targeted event. In March, she did one on allergies. You can also use recorded events to send to somebody. Say you know somebody that's struggling with allergies, okay? Well, the event was last month. You can still say, hey, I have this video. My really good friend Deirdre did this video about allergies and natural healing. Are you open to checking it out? Send her that, okay? So lots of different ways to invite people to events. Now, here are just some examples of what, in case you're not familiar with a messenger chat event or a Facebook party. See, this is in Messenger. We have a title, we give information, there are a couple videos, and then there are posts. And it's a 15-minute timed event, like Thursday at 8 or whenever it is. And then every so often, a post or video will come through and they read it, comment, and they're getting incredible information and testimonies to build their belief. And then we usually have some kind of incentive to encourage them to purchase their products. Very effective. Another one right here is a Facebook group event. Same concept, but it's actually in a Facebook group. So you're making posts or posting videos. Again, these can have themes. It could be about gut health. It could be about weight. It could be about sugar cravings or mom fuel. We've got lots of different templates. Talk to your sponsor because there's lots of different ways that we can make events. Incredibly effective, because what you're doing is you're getting information out to a large number, potentially a large number of people at one time. Okay. Now the keys to a successful event. Listen, events are incredibly successful, but events take a lot of work. It is work to get them there. But listen, it's all work. And this is very effective, and you're going to get a lot of bang for your buck if you do the work. You should be inviting at least 20 people. 1 out of 10 is still an average. So if you want 10 people in the room, if you're new, you're probably still in your warm market. But remember the 1 out of 10 average. I don't know your level of influence, but it's really, you can't just invite 10 people and expect to get 10 people to show up. If you invite 10 people, you may have 1 person show up, okay? Scheduling, I would generally invite people, if it's in person, 2 weeks out so they can get it on their calendar. And an online event, I would invite a week out, okay? Then you're also going to follow up with people the day before and the day of. Hey, I just wanted you to remind you the event is tomorrow at 8. Hey, the event's at 8 tonight. Cannot wait to see you there, because people are just busy. We are in a very busy culture and they need reminders. Okay. And here's the thing, be excited, because events are incredibly effective. So we've talked a lot. We've talked about follow-up. We've talked about different ways to follow up. I'm going to put scripts in the chat. So you can look at them again, many different ways to follow up with people. And this week's challenge for you is still 3 new reach outs a day. Get your people in the follow-up cycle, get a calendar, or if you're using Doe, write them out 1 day, 2 days, a week, 2 weeks, a month, 2 months. Start writing that system out, right? And then we are challenging you to schedule an event for this month, whether it's an in-person event or an online event, or invite them to our Y Plexus event. Because if you want, if you've got big goals and you've got a time frame, say you're going for 1 spa card or 2 spa cards, this is a great way to do it. So talk to your sponsor. Let's figure out what kind of event you want to use, and let's do it. I hope this all makes sense. Have a great day, and cannot wait to see the fruit of your labor. Bye, everybody.